I just got back from a job interview, and I'll talk about that in a different video. Whenever I go out and accomplish something, or another example would be if I go on vacation, then when I come back from it, um, for me personally, it allows me to see my life in the way I'm living it from an outside perspective, for in a way that I can't do day to day. Because when I'm living day to day, I'm in the middle of it, and so I have no idea what it's like really. It's kind of like I would compare it to like a pot, like a frog in boiling water or whatever they say, where it's like you're so used to it, so you don't realize it's getting hotter and hotter. I would say that's how I live my life. And but when I go out and accomplish something and then come back to like in this room, like I just went out, did a job interview, felt good, interacted with the person, and then came back, I'm able to see the way I live my life the past couple of days in a more uh, real viewpoint, how I really feel about it. Or if I go on vacation and I come back, I could see how I view my life how I actually view my life. And of course, I feel like shit. Um, and so one of the fucking biggest problems I'm having right now, and the one that I want to try to solve and make a video documenting solving it, is absorbing content, outside content, whether it be positive content or brain rot content, whether it's just like videos or like other people's opinions. Um, I want to disconnect. It's kind of funny. I want to create more content for the internet, specifically for my YouTube channel, not the internet in general. But I want to disconnect my personal life from the internet more. And I obviously that seems like what, but I'm sure a lot of people would be able to understand that. But it's hard because it's they don't make it fucking easy. Uh, and I have a hard time doing that shit. So one of my biggest problems is doom scrolling on social media, right? Which it wasn't never a problem before. I didn't have social media. This is a kind of a recent thing. So doom scrolling on social media. Another one is that I want to get rid of outside influences on my mental state, but they appear everywhere. And I'm even talking about just like news articles, like news headlines. I want to stop getting there. You can't Google something without seeing like the top stories, which are all news articles. And there's like I think a way to just to turn them off, but it doesn't even always work. So, like sometimes it says, "Oh, you have top stories or whatever turned off," and then sometimes it just shows me them anyways. But you can't look it up. You can't turn it off if you look up a subject. Like I like to look up UFC, so every time I look up UFC, I always get top stories, and I feel like when they're all news articles and it's like it influences the way I think. They're trying to like tell me what opinion I should have on something. Half the time it's news, half the other time it's like brain rot headlines. It's like I want to stop getting influenced from outside people that don't have my fucking well-being in their hearts. Like their goal is to get me to click, their goal is to get me to be emotional, and it's forced in my face no matter what I do, and I can't avoid it, and I want to get them the fuck out of my life because I know it affects me negatively, and I am fucking tired of it. And I should have more like control over this, and maybe I do. I just have to find out how. Basically, like maybe I have to stop using Google Chrome. Maybe I have to switch to another browser. Maybe that's the answer. But obviously, the way uh, everyone wants to keep you in place, so like convenience is probably going to be it's going to be hard to find alternatives, and it's probably going to be less convenient. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know. But that's another one I wanted to get rid of. Another one is I just want to stop absorbing as much content in general. Um, I don't watch YouTubers as much anymore because it reminds me that I'm not producing content. I've spent my whole fucking life absorbing content, and I want to stop doing that as much. And if I do, I want it to be long form content, not short form, not shorts. And I know there's apps like that can limit your screen time, and I've used them before, and so they actually work. So I plan on downloading that again. But I just want to disconnect. I feel like my brain is being fucking basically hijacked or just strongly influenced from so many different sources. You know, whether it's other people's opinions or whether it's news articles that want me to click or whether it's fucking social media algorithms that fucking try to squeeze out as much engagement as possible, or whether it's fucking people on the internet and their fucking stupid brain rot content. And it's like, God, you, I can't escape it. I can. I could close my eyes. But like, as someone that wants to produce on the internet, I want to produce more, but engage less with random people's shit. And I want to be influenced less. And I think this will help me be more productive every day. But I have to find out how to do it. So how am I going to do it? Well, delete all the social media apps. I've already talked about that. It's fucking difficult as shit. But I'm like, in terms of like, they make the steps difficult. But I'm on my way to doing that. I'm gonna try to do a lot of this shit today. Another one that I've been talking about is for Google phones. You can download this thing called Graphene OS, which basically is like a operating system that basically debloats your shit. I'm not going to give you the best breakdown ever because I don't really fully understand it, but basically it debloats your phone and only keeps the things you absolutely want on it. I only want like YouTube without the shorts because, or maybe just YouTube Studio, I don't know. But like YouTube, I can watch long form content, but no shorts. And like my messaging app with all my contacts purged and only keeping the ones that are necessary. I want to get rid of so much bloat from my own life. Basically, I'm debloating my life. That's what I want to do. Um, and so, but there's nothing like that for Android. I was looking at, there was one, I think Lineage OS or something, but it could soft brick your phone or something because I don't think Android wants you to mess with the software as much as like Google allows you to, and which is ironic because Graphene OS is used to de-Google, but you need a Google phone in order to use it, so you're still kind of in that ecosystem. And I'm not even trying to get into all that shit, where I'm like Google and all that stuff. I'm just trying to say that I want my hardware to be my own, and I want to be able to control what's on it and have it be basically the bare minimum. And I don't know any strong ways to do that as of right now. I'm going to try to do more research and try to figure it out. But and then another one is just to download apps that allow me to limit my screen time. That kind of give me warnings. I had one of those previously, and it worked pretty good because it would allow me to put time limits before I'm able to open something. So every time I wanted to open YouTube Shorts, it would say, "Are you sure you want to open it?" And then it would count down from like 10 or even 30 or like 5 minutes. It could. So I'm gonna get some stuff like that, and I'm gonna stop talking about it. And basically, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to debloat my motherfucking life and produce more. Stop being a mindless zombie that just fucking absorbs everyone else's shit and start making my own shit. It's time. I'm old, man. It's the 12th. I'm wasting time. 12 days have passed since January 1st. I need to make sure that every day I at least accomplish some things. But that's all for now. Alright, I found fucking. I was asking around on the internet, blah blah blah, not with real people, but like just searching and stuff like that, for ways to debloat my phone. And I found this thing called Universal Android Debloater. Universal Android Debloater. GitHub. It does say here somewhere. Let me look. Okay. So this is talking about, because I watched the tutorial a little bit and it was showing me that like a menu pops up and it allows you to click on what to delete. So right here, see that? So this will pop up when I basically go through the steps, and then it'll allow me to click on what to recommended, advanced, expert, unsafe, blah blah blah. And I guess they formed this list of what they recommend you delete or uninstall. And so I'm gonna try to look up a little bit more into it, but I'll make sure I look into it before I do it. But basically, I'm just gonna uninstall what they fucking tell me to uninstall, and hopefully it works out. But yeah, now I got to spit on, so I'm gonna debloat it first, make sure everything's good, and then afterwards I'll worry about transferring over my SIM card to it. I needed to switch phones anyways, because this phone's a little busted. If you can see, like, there's like a haziness over the video and stuff as I'm recording. And that's because my fucking screen's broken. But I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully I watch this video and everything goes well. I was going to use Universal Android Debloater, but then I found out that it hasn't been updated in like 3 to 4 years. And then I found out there was a fork of it that is being currently maintained. It's called Universal Android Debloater Next Generation. So I'm going to be doing that one today, and I looked up a because I think I just like following video tutorials more. It seemed pretty good. The thing is that um, the guy goes above what was recommended by the people who contributed to the Universal Android Debloater Next Generation. So I don't exactly know exactly what I'm supposed to delete, and I'm not going to go in and start just deleting anything because I know that's sketchy and dangerous. I looked into Lineage OS, which is a custom ROM that you could download, and I've heard that it's better than what I'm going to be doing. It's just more depth to it in degoogling, debloating, de everything. But I guess my specific phone doesn't have like details on how to get it to work properly, and it's a little more sketchy if you do it wrong. Like you could brick your phone seriously, so it's kind of fucking annoying. Um, I wish I had a different phone because I think different phones work better with things like that. But I mean, I like the Samsung Galaxy, but now that I'm getting into this kind of thing, I realize that I need something that allows me to kind of have it exactly how I want it to. But beggars can't be choosers, and I'm a broke motherfucker, so I gotta deal with what I can. So I'm gonna use this, and it'll be good enough. I mean, that's not even really the main point. I mean, that's a cool side effect, but the main point is to get rid of distractions and stuff. So I'll show you guys how it looks after I'm done with everything. Currently resetting the phone. This is my mother gave me this phone. It was a spare, and so I'm currently factory resetting it before I go through all the steps to debloating it. I'm gonna stay away from Lineage OS just because it seems a little too scary. Honestly, I don't want to fucking brick this phone. It's not even one of the officially supported phones, so I don't think at least. So there was some workarounds I could have done, but it was already gonna be like kind of like a little nerve wracking. But if it's not even officially supported, I'm just gonna stay away from it. I wish I could have a custom ROM because it seems like that's the end all be all. That's the one you want to be doing, but this is good enough for now, I guess. So, starting with factory resetting, and then I'm going to be hopping over to the PC and trying to use the Android debugger tools and Android debloat, blah blah blah, hoopla. Follow the video, and we'll see how it goes. Currently going through setting it up. It's pretty fucking boring. But I want to do less videos where I'm like, obviously I will make some, but I want to try to make more videos where I'm not just sitting there talking to the camera, fucking. So, even though this is boring, I'm gonna record a little bit of it.
The internet. I actually don't want my phone connects to the internet for the first time. The Google.
Deleted a bunch of stuff. Hopefully I didn't screw anything up, but this is what's left over. I think these, because I'm like, there's still a bunch of bloat, but I'm being told this is all like not really there, and that if I like they're just fake cached icons, because I got like, but like so it's still a lot of bloat, but I'm hoping that that's the truth and that these aren't even really there anymore. I don't know. I'll try to look into it a little bit more, but I have to download some alternatives and stuff, and I'll keep you guys updated as I go along. Harder than I thought. Basically, I'm killing multiple birds with one stone, and I'm debloating my phone at this. Well, I mean, that's what I was doing, but like, in order to remove certain services, they don't. Like I said, they don't make it easy. Why would they make it easy? They want you to stay. So I'm running into a problem where I can't download this new thing that isn't as connected to like Google services and stuff because the old Google services has like this authentication check or something that can't fully be deleted. I don't know. I wish I could just run a custom ROM, but it's too sketchy. It's all a little confusing. I don't really get it. I don't know how to make it work. And I got to go. So for right now, I'm failing. But we'll see what could happen. I don't know. We'll see. Different day. I think it's been 2 days since I last tried to do it. Cause I do have a girlfriend, so gotta spend. I'm kind of a bum. I'm trying to debum myself, but gotta make sure to spend time with her when I have the chance to. But I do. I have been enjoying these moments. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I've been feeling good making these videos. And the momentum. I like don't want to break the momentum. And so at first it was like, fuck. I was in the middle of making this video, but that's okay because I got to spread my time between the people that matter to me. I got to make more time for my friends. That's a big one that I've been neglecting. And my family, just respond to my family. But we're back, and we're gonna try to. I ran into an issue with trying to clear up my phone, or maybe it's just good to clear up my phone. Basically, make it to where there's no bloat, so that on a bunch of random apps, like social media apps, like Facebook and stuff. So I was doing that, but I ran into this thing where, despite the fact that I deleted a bunch of Google things and like the Google Play Store, there's still like a ghost remnant of it, which prevents me from downloading this thing called F-Droid, which I think is an open source uh, like app Play Store. Open source just means you can look at the code and stuff. You can view it yourself. It's not secret, which is pretty good because then you can see if it's like forcing things on you or if it's like recording telemetry data or whatever. So I can't download. I can't download this thing called Micro G because Google still exists even, or like Play Store still exists even though I thought I deleted it or whatever. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. I don't know if that fucks up everything if I can't use Micro G. I don't really understand what Micro G is, but I'm getting recommended to use it. So I don't know. This is what it's like to be a guy who's like into tech, but has been living such a bum life that I haven't deep dived into it. And so this is the first time that I'm really deep diving into like tech based stuff. And so it seems like everyone is either not into tech or fucking is already balls deep into tech. So this is kind of cool because you get to see what it's like for a guy who just recently kind of got started trying to deep dive. Because I'm really good at I really tend to only get surface level knowledge in a lot of things, just enough to like make me able to do what I want to do. So now I'm trying to dive deeper a little bit, and I'm sure people who are balls deep into it are gonna laugh at that. I don't know, but anyway. This is actually my new phone. I haven't really set it up yet. I don't know what day it is. It's fucking. I'm stuck. For the past couple of days, this shit's been fucking me up because I'm trying to start from scratch, but there's a lot of things that need to be done, and then I'm starting to think too much about it and end up just freezing in place and not actually accomplishing anything. I haven't been doing anything. I just sat here rotting in place, and I do this all the time. But I'm hoping to get back in the swing of things by recording this video. I want to finish the phone today. I'm just gonna do it because there's really nothing that I should be missing out on. Oh, I was gonna clear some of my shit, but I don't know. There's always criteria, and everyone makes it difficult to clear your stuff because they want to trap you. I feel like, but goddamn. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Like, even though I'm not drinking at the moment, I feel like my brain still does drinking habits. Like, my bitch ass has been doom scrolling and playing freaking Marvel Rivals. Oh, sorry. How do I flip this around? You can't flip it around mid video. Who thought that was a good idea, bro? Marvel Rivals. Because my brain just goes back and jumps in between all these different dopamine rushes, and I try new games every week, and because my brain's just trying to latch onto anything that makes me feel better about my shitty situation. But I feel like I can't even exist without like negativity in my brain, which is a problem. I noticed it when at my previous job I finally was able to see how I was thinking at the job, and I was like, holy shit, I just beat the shit out of myself all day. But I guess that's a whole nother video too. But I can never be at peace. And that's also why I discovered that I like drinking, because it allows me to not think. It allows me to be absorbed in whatever I'm doing and not be in my brain at all. And even though I definitely don't want to drink because it leads to bad things, that part is still like euphoric, because nothing else just makes me fucking forget and just able to relax and not fucking beat the shit out of myself 24/7. I feel better. I was feeling so down earlier, really, really, really low, and so it's good to have people or situations around you that can kind of rip you out of that, even if you don't want to be ripped out of it. And then, because I mean, every single time you pretty much always feel better. It's just hard to actually do it yourself. It enlightened my spirits a lot, and I want to try to utilize the rest of this night. Um, I want to talk about this. I'll talk about it at a different time. Another discovery I've made. But yeah, so enough yapping. We're gonna see what we can do tonight. All right, we're gonna give a little rundown of all the phones or all the apps and stuff that I've downloaded. You know, that's why I think I gotta stop neglecting my friends, because I keep getting deep. But this is just a video about fucking keep minimizing distractions. But it's also just about my life, and I feel really bad today. But that was what I was going to talk about. I might talk about it deeper in another video. Is that sometimes I feel like I need to feel pain in order to do things, like a really deep pain though, and I need to feel alone sometimes. And this was going to be my first video, but I ended up not recording it in the moment. But sometimes I feel like a parasite, and I leech off of my girlfriend, but everybody around me, and but I'm saying, like, if I'm with her, I can't do as much stuff, not because of her, but because of my mentality and the fact that I'm a bit of a parasite. I probably shouldn't refer to myself like that. But when I'm by myself, it forces me to either do something or feel like shit. And earlier I felt like shit, but tonight, after getting a bit of a boost from all of them, I was able to get back in the swing of things. And I didn't get started right away when I came back home, because I'm by myself right now. I felt a little bit bad, and then I was starting to fall into it, and I wanted to play games, but then eventually I was able to lock in and clear out a bunch of my old, like, backup settings and stuff like that. Here, I'm just going to stop this one recording, and I'm just going to talk. Yeah, I was able to clear out my settings and all those, and all my accounts and stuff like that. So now I can switch the SIM card over to this phone. I just try to make it as much as like just a plain phone as possible, so that I could add all my own stuff to it. Um, it's a little bit harder than you think. Let's start from square one. I'm on F-Droid. So basically, I got rid of Google, and I got rid of the Google Play Store. And an alternative to that is F-Droid, which I think is a place for like free and open source um, app alternatives. So, you know, I think it's been kind of a cool discovery. I kind of got into it just because I think it's cool. But yeah, so basically this is just like the Google Play Store, only more free and open source, which free and open source means like it's free. And open source means that you can view the code, so you can basically see if there's any tomfoolery going on in the code base, if they're spying on you, if they've got malicious things going on in the code. So basically it makes it to where you're not going to have, I mean, if you're a malicious person, you're not going to make your stuff open code, because it's going to be exposed. It could happen, but then you're going to be exposed and people are going to be able to know about it. And so F-Droid is like this thing where like it gathers all of them and it gives it ratings and stuff like that. So like, let's click on one random one. Let's go Saber. No app built-in handwriting. I don't know what that is, but like it'll pop up if there's a warning saying like, oh, this app collects telemetry, or this app relies on this, or whatever. It gives you warnings saying this might not be the best app or whatever in the world. But if they make it into this thing, it's probably good. But anyways, that's not even what it's about. So I bought Digipause and Time Limit off of this. Digipause, I don't know why it's called that, is Digipause is made for blocking apps, and then the Time Limit one is to allow apps to be used, but only up to a certain time. So the two things that I did was New Pipe, which is a alternative YouTube front end. I allowed myself to use that for 20 minutes a day. The great thing about that is, because I was like, I didn't really care about it. The great thing about that is that I was looking into different, because there's all these app alternatives and stuff like that. So I was trying to find out what's the best one. I wanted one that blocks shorts. I think one of the two apps I just showed you blocks shorts, but I didn't even need to bother with that because New Pipe blocks shorts. There's no dedicated shorts tab. You could still find shorts pop up, but there's no dedicated tab for it, which is great because that's one of the biggest time wasters for me is YouTube Shorts. And I'm going to allow myself to still have YouTube, so that's convenient. It also doesn't have algorithms, which for a lot of people might be inconvenient, but that's good for me. I think, I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, it's just really convenient. I could show you a little bit. None of these are actually catered towards me. This is just the random bullshit that's going on the front page. And then there's, yeah, I don't want to go too in depth into every single little thing, but so I got that. I got the email client so I can check my emails. I don't really know how that works yet. I gotta look more into that. I've got this habit tracker. So these, I'm gonna custom tailor this, but this gives you a breakdown on all your like stats and everything like that. This is such a cool freaking, because I was like, I needed something like this, and I was even building an app kind of like this, but then I just kind of fell off like I do with everything. But this is kind of what I was going to be going for. Calendar view, see how often you do it for calendar, frequency, streaks, all that. That's like fantastic. It's exactly what I was hoping for. And so I'm excited to bust into this thing, and I'm hoping that it'll allow me to be more productive in my day-to-day life. I just built it for the first time literally like a few minutes ago. So I don't have any stats to back it up, but I got YouTube progress because that's my main one. Stretching because I want to get back into working out because that's like the one thing in life I really do love, and has made me feel as like euphoric as like something like alcohol has in the past. When I injure myself, I'm probably gonna block out that. That's my school, and then AI learning, like learning how to build AI. I don't. I just think that it's probably smart to get into. If I'm going to be doing something in tech, then I probably should be learning about AI. So, and then reading and drawing. Just like, I don't know. I'm not thinking I'm going to become the next fucking Leonardo da Vinci or anything like that, but I think it's good to have practice those like little hobbies and stuff like that. Keep my brain productive. Joplin. I haven't used this yet, but I guess it's a note-taking app, so that'll be good. Because I need to take notes, just general ideas. I got my different browser Chromite, which is supposed to be just a better version of Chrome. Messages, my camera gallery, and then this is going to be weird because I don't know. I watched PewDiePie talk about he had kind of done a similar thing with de-googling his phone, although I think to a much further extent than I have. But he was saying that I don't know which app he used, but the free and open source or whatever alternative to Google Maps was not very good for him. So I'm curious how organic Maps is going to be. But honestly, I don't need it for anything super complex. I'm not going through the fucking uncharted territories of the Amazon rainforest. I'm fucking just going down the street to McDonald's or whatever. So I don't need like the most advanced bullshit in the world. These didn't come with the phone. These are their own custom ones. So basically I just stripped the phone of everything. I took everything out of the phone as much as I could, and then I replaced everything with free and open source alternatives and just looked up like what ones were recommended. A VPN, I don't really use VPNs, but I want to get more into like understanding tech and shit like that, and so maybe, I mean, a lot of people use VPNs, so I kind of want to look into it, even though I don't really understand how it works. Obtainium, I think that just allows me to add all these apps because part of the way that they don't communicate, which means that they don't automatically get installed and updated. And so you need something that can allow that to happen, like Obtainium. Bitwarden, I think that captures like passwords and stuff like that, etc. And then I got my file system down low, custom file system. And then F-Droid, like I said, MicroG services. I don't even know if that's active or not because I was having a hard time getting my phone to work, but that allows things like, I don't know, locations and having apps be able to basically it's like the back end, and it's making all your apps work with your phone in ways that I didn't understand. This has been a real eye opener for just how much like Um, I don't know, things are dominated by different things, different like companies and stuff. So I try to organize my phone as much as possible. I can't even swipe right here, which is good. These are all the apps that I downloaded. Some of them I don't even know if I need anymore, but good enough for right now. And some of them I haven't used, but this is what they told me to download, so I fucking did. Anyways, this turned into something that it wasn't even meant to be. This turned into like a free and open source software trial. Like, guy learns how to use free and open source software. That's not even what it's about. What it's about is trying to minimize distractions so I can focus on productive things in my life. So the biggest things that are going to do that is habits. I think this is going to come in super fucking good because it allows me to write down how much and then it keeps track with all these fucking different forms of statistics and shit. And I think that's just going to be perfect. I think that's going to be amazing. That one is the thing I'm most excited for. Well, one of them. And then the digipause and time limit combined working together are going to be great for lowering my screen time and things. And that's why I put this giant widget on the front home screen so that I can, as soon as every single time I open my phone, I get hit with my screen time and the apps that I'm spending the most time in, just right in my face. And I think that's really good because I need to know that. And then also, so that'll tell me my screen time in general. So if it says fucking like 8 hours, then I'm like, maybe I should change something about that. Digipause and time limit will also prevent me from even opening the things in the first place. So new pipe, I can only spend, which is YouTube, I can only spend 20 minutes on YouTube. In my, well, no, maybe, yeah, I think 20 minutes on YouTube. And then on the browser, I think it's either another 20 minutes or an hour, or those two things are reversed. I forget. And the good thing about time, it's either time limit or digipause. I'm sorry. I'm not a tech guy. One of them basically makes it hard to just delete the app, which could be seen as a bad thing. Basically, I have this digital key that had me saved so that will enable me to be able to uninstall it. Basically, it's trying to prevent you from doing in the moment spontaneous deletion so that you could access something that you didn't want access to. Like if you want to watch YouTube Shorts and then you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to delete this because it's preventing me from watching YouTube Shorts. It's an attempt to add a few more extra steps in the way of you doing that so that you don't just do that and then go watch fucking YouTube Shorts until you're 85 years old. But yeah, those are my hopes. I'm going to delete all my social media, which I'm still in the fucking process of doing, and I'm starting blank with a new phone, which is like the easiest or the most difficult gateway drug because it's in your pocket and you could always open YouTube Shorts. I'm gonna end this for here. Maybe I'll just show you a quick clip when my SIM card is put into place and when everything's good to go. Maybe I'll make a call to like McDonald's or something to demonstrate it. And then yeah. So sorry if this shit sucks. It does. But at least I'm recording something. Does bring me joy. When I feel bad and I finally record a video, I do feel an increase in my happiness. So that's good because I've realized I feel very negative at all times. And that's not healthy. But yeah, I'll see you in the next clip or whatever.
This is an example of speech synthesis in English. This is an example of speech synthesis in English. Example of speech synthesis in English.
I have no free will. Every time I'm on the verge of doing something good, I stall. And I have no free will to break out of it.